Hello and welcome back. In the last session, we have seen how to work with list data structure. In today's session, we will take a look at tuple or tuple. Tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable, wherein the list is a collection which is ordered and changeable. Both allows duplicate members. Let us see an example of tuple. In case of list, we use square brackets. However, in case of tuple, we use parentheses. Let us see an example of this. Let us go to PyCharm. So let me comment out whatever I had in list. As we already said, the tuple uses parentheses. Okay, I have copied the colors list. However, by just changing the square brackets to parentheses, we get a tuple here. Okay, so let us print colors here and print type of colors. Okay, let me execute this. As you can see, this is of type tuple. So all those items which we discussed with list applies to tuple also. All those items which we discussed earlier with list, such as index, positive index and negative index, index range, and we have seen it is ordered. Even tuple is also a ordered list. It also allows duplicates. Only change is in case of list it is changeable. However, in case of tuple it is not changeable. So let me copy this changeable part and then paste it here. Okay, let me execute. I should be getting an error here. Okay, the error says tuple object does not support item assignment. That means it cannot be changed. What we have seen earlier while discussing mutable and immutable, you can see tuple comes under immutable part and list is under mutable part. Okay, so that is the only change. However, we can also use the index part, colors of 1, for example, we can print it. Okay, so let me comment this out as we cannot change it. Okay, so it prints blue, which is at index 1. We can also use negative index here. Print colors of -2 and also index range. Print colors of 1 to 4 or negative index colors -4 to -1. Okay, let me execute this. You can see these values gets printed, okay, based on the index. So all these index and the index range are well explained under list. You can go through that video before going through this video. Okay, as we have seen that tuples are unchangeable. That means it is immutable. In order to make it mutable, we can convert that to list and then add the values and then convert it back to tuple. So we will see how to do it. Okay, let's say x is equal to, so list of colors, print x, and then x of 2 or 0. I will change it to white and then convert this back to tuple. So colors is equal to tuple of x. Print colors. Okay, so let me execute this here. Now what happens here is I'm converting colors into a list first, and that will be stored under this variable x. So when I print x, I will get a list here. So this is the list converted from a tuple, and then I change the value of 0th index. So earlier it was red and I want to make it as white. So I change the value to white here, and then after changing the value, I convert that back to a tuple and then print the tuple value. So this is one way of attaining mutability by converting a tuple to a list and back to tuple. There are some methods available which we will see. So if I want to find out the length of the tuple, then we can make use of length of colors. Okay, if I execute this, it will print 6. There are 6 items within the tuple. So this will be useful whenever we want to traverse through or loop through a list or a tuple. There are various loops available in Python, so that we will take a look in the loop section. Okay, the same loop concept can be used while accessing the members of a tuple or a list, as these are collections. However, there is one thing you need to bear in mind. If the tuple contains one item, then you need to ensure that there is a comma after the first item. For example, so I want to define a new tuple, tup-ex is equal to red. So if I type, so let me do print type of tuple x. Okay, so let me execute this. So here tuple x, even though there is one value within this bracket, so this is considered as string. Okay, so how do we make this as a tuple? If we have only one value, then you must end that value with a comma. Then that will be considered as a tuple. Okay, so let me save this and re-execute this. Earlier it was string. Now if I re-execute this, this becomes a tuple. So this is one thing which you have to bear in mind. As I said earlier, the tuple can also contain duplicate values. So you can try it out yourself. So there are methods available with a tuple. Okay, for example, colors dot count. Okay, so what I want to count is, for example, red. Okay, and let me print that. And tuple also contains another method, print colors dot index. Index of, so let me get the index of yellow. Okay, so these are the two methods which are available with tuple. Let me execute this. Okay, yellow is at index 3. However, the count of red is 0. Let's see why. That is because we changed the colors to white here. So instead of red, let me take blue. Remember, we changed from red to white here. So that is what the latest colors contain. Okay, let me execute this. So there is one value within colors tuple which contains blue. So as I said, it can contain duplicates. So let me add blue here. Okay, so now if I re-execute this, then it should contain 2. It should give me 2. Okay, now there are 2 values as blue. Okay, so this is how we can make use of tuple. So whenever you want to decide which one to go with, either list or tuple, you have to decide based on whether that particular object is changeable or unchangeable. Otherwise, list and tuple are same. One shows immutability and the other one is mutable. Based on this, you can decide whether to go with tuple or list. However, list has got a lot more methods compared to tuple because of these restrictions.